Hey guys, and down here, this is going to be my chapter review to One Punch Man 116. What the hell was it called though? It was called Playtime. And once again, a good chapter by Murata. I think we mentioned this in the podcast, which always comes out first for me because gotta stay true to the boys, and that's the exact reason why. But yeah, so it was a good chapter, but if I recall correctly, actually no, it was a solid chapter because we got Nyan this chapter and we got to see exactly what he was doing. So I was really happy with what we saw. But let's get into the chapter. So we start off with Saitama with Flash, and first off, Flash is looking back at Saitama actually keeping up with him, and he's like, "Yo, this dude's actually keeping up with me at a pace which is far beyond normal people, far beyond which a lot of heroes could keep up with." And he's aware that he's not seeing things and stuff like that. But instead of being troubled by that, he's more troubled that Saitama is someone that's going to be accompanying him for a long while because he can keep up with him. And I'm just like, shouldn't he be more surprised about the fact that someone's actually keeping up with him? This, like, Flashy Flash, speed is meant to be his thing. He's the golden generation, number one ninja, all that type of stuff. And someone's actually keeping up with him. So I'm not sure if he's just an idiot and he doesn't quite grasp the fact that someone's freaking keeping up with him, or if he just doesn't seem to really care, if the speed thing doesn't really mean so much to him, and he's fully starting to comprehend now how strong and how fast Saitama is. But I'm not sure. If I was in Flashy shoes, I'd be shitting myself. It's like if in his prime Usain Bolt looked over his shoulder and there was someone right up his ass, then he would be like, "Yo, shit, like, how is someone keeping up with me?" That's the same kind of thing. So Saitama questions him. He's like, "Yo, dude, like, this all looks very familiar. Are we lost?" Obviously, Flash is giving him that look of like, I don't know, man. Are we? So they're definitely lost. We then go to the heroes on the surface. So these are the A class and below heroes, and they're just fighting all these stragglers, all these monsters which have essentially escaped the Monster Association in fear or in anything like that. And we come to this panel where we just see it was Grimm's favorite panel of this chapter. And we can agree to disagree, and I do disagree because it's a good panel here where we see like Needle Star, we see all the other heroes, but we see this like depth effect where we see Needle Star at the front kicking the shit out of a monster, and then as we go deeper, we see all the other heroes doing their thing against monsters. And I think it was a well drawn panel. I just don't think it was that great, depth effect and anything like that. Well, I'm not an artist, but stuff like that I've seen before, and it's not something where I'm too surprised by. Like, I looked at it and I thought, oh, that's a cool panel, and that was about it. There was no Grim like reaction where I kind of jizzed on screen, But so we then get the monsters. The monster is getting slammed by Mizuki, and she seems to have some sort of like reverse armbar. I'm not even sure what the hell that's called. But we have Oganma. This was the part where I was like, ooh, this kid's actively trying to die. He's there attacking one of the monsters which Mizuki has down. And I'm just like, dude, get your ass saved. Like, he's just been taken out of the Monster Association. You'd hoped that he would have like matured up a little bit in that time. You can do that real quick in traumatic events. Your kids would go silent. They'd understand a little bit more. But this guy, he's one of those guys, man. He's straight up looking for a monster to kill him. We have I've forgotten his name actually. We found Mr. Green, we'll call him, and the one-eyed telekinetic dude. They're basically plugging up all these holes that are appearing in the ground where all these monsters are trying to get out. And then in the distance, once they've plugged up all these holes, they see this one monster just walking straight towards them. And Mr. Green seems to realize straight away. He's like, yo, shit, I'm sure I'd sealed all the exits before. And I'm not sure why he's sweating, unless he truly believed that no monster should be able to escape from the kind of seal that he put on top. So he's instantly sweating, thinking, yo, this isn't giving me a good vibe. This monster could be something that, we're going to struggle with. So then Needle Star's just like, all right, one shot to do your thing. The sniper snipes, but this is where we see who the monster is. Like, we knew who he was from the beginning because like we saw his silhouette. But it's Nyan. He's looking awesome, like a Power Ranger, and he comes out. The bullet of the sniper, he just curves it back with the like nail of his finger, and he literally just launches it straight back at Needle Star and hits Needle Star in the kind of mechanical eye part. And I was like, you know what? Getting hit by a sniper that's been propelled by a dragon level monster, like Needle Star's got to be dead. Like I get the feeling he's not, but if he's not dead, like he has been given the most plot armor, even though there's really no plot surrounding him. He's been given that armor because like he just took a sniper to the face, dude. Like most people would be dead, even if it was through your mechanical eye and you know that part of your optic nerve isn't operating. But there's still a whole lot of tissue after that the sniper would go through, namely your brain. But you know, we'll see if he's alive. I don't feel he should be, but he might be. So then Nyan's just there with this really kind of manic look on his face. He's like, oh shit, I've encountered a bunch of really weak heroes, and it's time to let off some pressure, let off all this aggression that's been accumulating. And we get the boxing looking dude. He's like, we need to be cautious here and work out a plan of action. This guy is not like the other monsters. He seems to be way more powerful. And then suddenly Nyan's in the middle of all of them, and he's absolutely just decimated the front four at the least, I think it is. He's just sliced into them, and they're already down and out for the count. So Nyan's is there like, yo, like it turns out Gyoro was right. The Hero Association's combat forces are actually pretty weak as opposed to, you know, Saitama. And I love the little Saitama panel we get where it just says menacing on top of his head. I was like, yo, okay, this is pretty funny. But then we have this is the part where like, when Nyan notices, he's like, hey, isn't that kid the one that we kind of took as hostage? So and you got the kind of it's not even the vibe. He says outright before this panel that he wants to play with these guys. He wants to toy with his prey before he kills them. And he sees Baganma and he's like, alright, so you got rescued, congratulations. And then he knows that like these heroes are gonna be like, we gotta protect the kid. So the kid is given over to the what's his name, Mr. the fat guy, I suppose, and they basically set up what premise of a game that's going to be played for Nyan. He's just like, all right, this was the panel for me of this chapter, where we see Nyan just like grinning, this Cheshire Cat grin, and you see all his freaking teeth, and you're just like, holy shit, like what the hell is that face he's making? His eyes look crazy, his face has been blacked out, and his teeth, he just looks like freaking Pennywise, and I'm just like, yo, shit. So the theme of the game has been decided for him. He's like, the aim of the game for him is he's going to get through everyone, tear apart everyone. He's going to get that child and he's going to kill him in front of everyone. That's his idea. So then we see something from Mizuki as like kind of the last line of defense between Nyan and the kid. The heroes start to attack Nyan. Mizuki actually pulls off one of her medals and it expands into a discus. I thought that was pretty cool, by the way. And she launches it straight at Nyan. He is then kind of rooted to the ground by Mr. Green and Rope Dude. I don't even know who Rope Dude is. But they essentially pin him to the ground with roots and ropes. And Nyan here is like, he's so beyond their level that he's not breaking a sweat. He's not even thinking about any of this. This is just so easy for him. He catches the discus in his teeth and he just munches through it. I was like, yo, shit. These heroes are gonna die. Like they're all dead. Then Poison Dude comes out. I think his name is actually Poison, and tries to even like land a scratch on Nyan. Nyan's eyelids close around the knife that Poison Dude is using, and he breaks through the knife. And I was like, yeah, these guys, they ain't surviving this. This is the end of the game for them. We then get the one ninja lady, I've forgotten her name, and Wolverine Dude, and they try to attack Nyan. But he uses his kind of I'm not even sure what this class is as, his improved flexibility, and he dodges this, you know, like how cats is kind of like liquid, they just fall through things and they like, you pick them up and they slide out your grasp, that kind of thing. He does that and he wriggles through Mr. Green and the Rope Dude's kind of what would you even call them, bindings, and he absolutely wrecks Wolverine and the ninja lady. They probably received the more severe injuries as well as Poison, to be fair. And Nyan is too powerful. To be fair, this is what I wanted to see from Nyan. I mean, we saw him running away from Puri Puri because of all of that. You know, he reminds me of my previous owner kind of thing. But this is what I wanted to see. And then you see Baganma in the distance starting to shit himself, and he's like, oh, like this is actually a really big time situation. So Fat Dude's running, he's eating, he's trying to pick up the calories as he's kind of using the calories, and I'm hoping we get some sort of grasp of what Mr. Fat Dude's abilities are. I'm hoping it's going to be something similar to, there was this one lady in Fairy Tail who was like near the end, is that in the Grand Magic Tournament, I think it was, and she was really, really like heavy, let's put it that way. But I think she was incredibly rapid, so she would burn through all of those calories, a lot like kind of Quicksilver in the X-Men universe. You know, he's always eating junk food because he was burning through all those calories. But that's pretty much how the chapter ends. We hear the screams of the other heroes, so we assume Mr. Green, Rope Dude, and Mizuki have also been wrecked, and they're also almost like they're left for dead, but they're not going to be dead. But yeah, now Waganma's on the run. Nyan is after them. I can't wait. I don't think we're going to come back to this next chapter, but yeah, Waganma and Fat Guy, they need to think up something real quick because they're about to get that treatment from Nyan. So let me know what you guys thought of this chapter. I thought it was pretty funny. I enjoyed it. I liked the Saitama part, and I liked the menacing Saitama panel, which I think might have been Matt's favorite panel. So go check out. Looks like it's Matt. Go check out the One Punch Man podcast on Grim Reaper's channel. Go check out all the dudes on there. You're gonna enjoy their reviews. You're gonna enjoy all their good shit. And let me know what you guys thought of this review. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys hopefully in a few hours when I also release my One Piece review. Don't know which chapter it is, but I'll get there. So I'll see you guys in a bit.